Hello readers and writers, my name is Nancy and today's video I'm going to be talking about getting reviews for my recently self-published online novel. Yeah, I guess technically it is an online novel. The End of Rocha, it's on Amazon. And I also have a natural light situation going on behind me, so you might see some weird shadows float over my face every so often. And I'm trying to remember to look into the camera, which is very weird. Okay, so camera. It's early morning here. I have my coffee. I hope you guys slept well last night. I didn't sleep well. Anything bad that happened this year is the fault of COVID. However, we're almost done. Next year's a new year. I'm sure everything's gonna be great. Fine. So anyway, pushing on. I mentioned earlier that this is my second video. So I've set up a goal to do 2 videos a week. As you can see, I'm not very good at it, but I did see a YouTube video, a few of them, that said just get your content out, you'll get better and you'll see improvements. So I'm just gonna go with it. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm going through the process now of marketing and promoting my self-published novel. It's sitting there on Amazon, and the first thing that I've learned and read on a bunch of blogs and by people who have been very successful at selling their books is that we need reviews. So there are 2 places you can get reviews, and I'm going to say first, some people might think there are 3 places, but the third place, which is buying them, is not the right thing to do. I think really the ticket here is getting free, I actually do think free, getting free, unbiased, honest reviews of your book. It's completely possible that somebody will write a 2 or 1-star review, or that everybody won't like what I've written, and that's just the way it's going to have to be, whether it's producing these videos, actually producing is a strong word, whether it's just pumping out these videos or pushing out your novel. Criticism is something that you just have to accept and is going to happen when you deliver something publicly, whatever it is, any of your content. You could go to friends or family members, but that does seem to be technically against Amazon's rules. And I also, I have a pretty good friend who has seen some early versions of my story, and she was pretty positive about them, but I wouldn't want to ask her to then go to Amazon and write a review. And I know that if I were doing a review, or if someone asked me to do a review of what they've written or their content, I probably would tell them no, because if I review something, I'm going to be honest about it. And it's very difficult, I think, for most people to separate themselves from the work that's being reviewed. So separating yourself as someone who you feel you're being personally criticized because somebody is criticizing your work is it's really important to be able to separate those two. And I also think criticism itself isn't a negative word. It's here's a piece of work, I read it, here's what I think about it. Some people can actually be harsh in their criticism, and I don't think that's really helpful. Criticism should really be about helping someone else improve and giving your opinion about the content of the work, not of the individual person. Okay, so what does that leave? So that leaves strangers. So that is about a world that I didn't know existed, or I kind of knew existed, but I didn't know at the size that it does. There are a ton of readers out there, and there are a ton of people who blog about books and the books that they've read, and they review them all the time. So all you have to do, 2 things, and I know it sounds terrible, all you have to do, because it's a lot of work. All you have to do is do internet, Google searches, Firefox searches, Safari searches, whatever you have, for bloggers, book reviewers in your genre, because usually what you want to do is focus on people who read books in your genre or blog about your genre. And then usually what you'll find is some of them will do reviews and they'll mention it on their blog, and then they'll give you instructions for how you should approach them or email them. even if you have online forms you can submit. But if it's a really popular blog, then it's also the issue is time. If it's a really popular blog and the blogger is really popular and in demand, your book may actually not get reviewed, or it may not get reviewed for a matter of weeks, even a matter of months. So it's best that you find a number of bloggers, and it's kind of like looking for a job, really. If you're looking for a job, you don't just apply to one place and then kind of hope that everything goes to plan. You look for a bunch of different jobs at a bunch of different places and apply to a bunch of different jobs. And hopefully you get a few hits instead of just one or zero. So the key takeaway is do your Google searching, which is what I'm doing right now, for blogs in your genre, for bloggers who read and reviewers who read books in your genre, and then either email them. Sometimes they have an online form. There will be instructions. They'll provide instructions that will tell you what and how to submit your material to them. And there are two sites that are a good place to start. One is Goodreads, which I think everybody knows about, and the other one is Library Thing that I didn't know about, and I just set up an account yesterday, so I think I should be able to post my book there. I actually posted my book there. For Goodreads, they make you wait 24 hours before you can post your book with them. And then in general, I will let you know how the review process goes, as I find hopefully bloggers that will be interested in reviewing and posting reviews about my book. And it also looks like you can get reviewers for Amazon, but they'll also do reviews directly on their blogs, which is really great. So that actually helps promote your book out, so you're not just focused on Amazon. So that is everything that I know and have learned so far about getting book reviews. Hopefully this was useful to you if you are also new, like I am, to marketing and promoting books. And if you have an agent, congratulations, because I'm pretty sure this is the area that they will also help you with. But I don't have an agent, so I'm going to be doing all this work all by myself. We'll see how far I can get. Anyway, happy reading and writing.